This podcast is sponsored by sciencebased.learning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
How globalization shapes adult language learning and acquisition. Discover how globalization impacts adult language learning, enhancing access, motivation, and techniques for effective language acquisition today. Globalization's role in language education, connecting the world through learning. It's no secret that the world feels smaller than ever. Thanks to globalization, borders blur, cultures intertwine, and opportunities to connect across languages multiply constantly. For adult language learners, this steep increase in intercultural interactions influences not only what languages they choose to learn, but also how they approach language acquisition. Understanding globalization's role in language education helps us appreciate the shifts in learning's methods, motivation, and access to resources that shape today's language learning landscape. The influence of globalization on language learning choices. Globalization has created a heightened demand for learning widely spoken languages such as English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Arabic. These languages serve as bridges in international business, travel, academia, and even pop culture. Many adult language learners find themselves motivated to learn a new language not just out of curiosity, but as a practical response to global connectivity, career advancement, travel, or simply the desire to communicate with an increasingly international circle of friends and colleagues often act as strong incentives. But globalization also fosters interest in less commonly taught languages. With growing diasporas and niche industries engaging on the global stage, the options for adult language learning diversify. Whether it's for heritage preservation or professional advantage, more adults are embracing the challenge and excitement of learning languages beyond the Big Four. Digital marketing. Personal branding examples you'll actually want to try. Hey there! So I was chatting with a friend the other day about personal branding and digital marketing, and I realized there's a lot of cool examples out there that perfectly show how these two come together in a way that's simple, authentic, and actually works. Since so many people get overwhelmed by all the buzzwords around SEO and digital marketing or digital media marketing, I thought I'd explain some real-life examples of personal branding in the digital marketing world that anyone can learn from. This abundance of resources also intersects with growing research into the science of language learning. Techniques that align with how the brain naturally acquires and retains information, such as spaced repetition and multimodal learning approaches, have become more widely integrated into language education tools. For example, platforms like sciencebased.learning.com utilize science-backed systems combining ebooks, audiobooks, and video lessons paired with an online practice app. This comprehensive approach helps learners improve retention and make steady progress, which is especially important for busy adults balancing language learning with work and life. Changing methods, adult language learning in a globalized world. The traditional classroom model, while still valuable, is no longer the sole way adults acquire new languages. Globalization has accelerated a move toward more flexible, learner-centered methods that accommodate diverse schedules and learning styles. Here are some ways globalization shapes the practice of language acquisition. Virtual language exchange. Video calls with native speakers from different countries are now commonplace for practicing conversational skills without travel. Personalized learning paths. Technology enables customized lesson plans based on individual proficiency, interests, and goals. Blending multimedia. Learners can engage with authentic materials like music, films, podcasts, and news from around the world, making the experience more dynamic and culturally rich. Community building. Online forums and social media groups bring language learners together globally, encouraging peer motivation and cultural exchange. Challenges and considerations. While globalization opens doors, it also presents challenges. The dominance of certain languages risks overshadowing less prominent ones, impacting linguistic diversity. Moreover, the influx of materials online varies greatly in quality. Learners must navigate misinformation or ineffective methods. Adult language learning requires careful selection of resources that match proven language acquisition principles rather than just popular trends. Another challenge is balancing technological opportunities with genuine, meaningful practice. Tools like apps and online courses are excellent, but they work best when combined with regular speaking and listening experiences in real-world or simulated environments. How to learn a language effectively in today's global environment. Adult learners looking to make the most of globalization's benefits can follow strategies that leverage both technology and traditional methods. Set clear goals, define why you want to learn the language, career, travel, cultural interest, or personal growth to stay motivated. Use science-based approaches. Seek learning systems that incorporate spaced repetition and multimodal input, which improve memory and comprehension. Engage regularly, consistency beats intensity, daily practice, even if brief, builds strong foundations over time. Mix passive with active learning. Combine listening to native content with speaking, writing, and problem-solving activities. Connect with speakers. Make use of language exchange websites or social groups to practice authentic communication. Embrace mistakes. Realize that errors are part of the acquisition process and essential for improvement. As an adult embarking on this journey in a globalized world, it's encouraging to know that you're not alone, and your efforts are supported by a vast network of resources and communities. Final thoughts. Globalization has reshaped language education by making languages more accessible, offering innovative tools, and broadening the scope of what language learning means today. By understanding the impact of this interconnected world, adult learners can harness the best strategies and resources available to improve their skills. If you're serious about advancing your language learning experience, check out sciencebasedlearning.com. They offer a simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system combined with an online practice app that uses the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention. Whether you want to communicate effectively with global peers, enjoy media in another language, or open new career doors, globalization provides both the motivation and means to succeed. Your language learning adventure is perfectly timed in this era of worldwide connection.